Chuck's Guitar Geekery. In today's episode of Should Technology Be Used for Good or Evil? Damn it, I'm choosing evil. I found on the Tonex library that's free to everyone that uses the Tonex software, someone did a whole bunch of captures of a Bandit 65. One of these bad boys right here. I'm too lazy to hook this up to an A/B comparison, but those captures on the Tonex don't have impulse responses or a cabinet sim with them. I just so happen to have also found free IRs of a Bandit 1x12, I'm pretty sure a Scorpion speaker, mic'd with SM57. So I put those together and I made a couple presets. Let's just listen to how they sound. Hot rodded Peavey Predator, because if you're going to do a Bandit, why not a Predator? Heavily modified. I'll be going through all the settings, but I'll start with the clean. And yeah, let's see how this goes. So I'm sure you'll hear there, that's pretty compressed. The actual amp on the clean channel does have a lot of very pleasing and natural compression. The raw capture really didn't, so I do have a bit of compression in the preset added, but I think that really mimics what the actual amp does as far as compression. But I'm sure you didn't come here for clean tones. Let's see how that raunchy, dirty channel sounds. talk a little more about these presets and the way I have them set up. What I'm gathering so it starts with a capture that someone does, and to me, when they do the capture, that's kind of, if you leave all the EQ flat, that's kind of like the optimal setting it should be. But with a lot of amp modeling and IRs, you really need a high and a low cut in there. So in the Tonex editor, you can actually set it up so it's post amp. So you can have the EQs post amp, and I pretty much have the high and low on these presets like a high and a low cut. And then the mid, I really focused around like the boxy mid-range area, because that's where a lot of these old Bandits, they have a real boxy sound to them, especially a Scorpion speaker. That's part of their character, but I have the EQ set up so you can either high pass, low pass, and then take the boxiness out of the mids. I don't know, and especially this era Peavey where you have like white and blue knobs on it, and you know it's labeled saturation instead of gain. It doesn't really sound like an amp distortion. It sounds like an amp with a fuzz pedal. That's the kind of gain characteristic of it, which is its own thing. It's not going to sound like a Marshall. I know people refer to Peaveys as Mississippi Marshalls, but this era is its own thing. Once you get into the teal and silver stripes, yeah, it gets more neutral, I guess, typical amp sounding, but these old Peaveys definitely have a more fuzz box character to them, which has its moments. I'm not saying I could go out and play a whole night with that, but it's a classic sound. A lot of people have used it. I want to play some more. Why not? Yeah, so I don't know, it's kind of hard with these captures because the gain, really when the gain's at noon, that's how the amp was captured. When you turn the gain up and down, it's not really the gain characteristic of the actual amp that's changing. So if you want different levels of gain, if you look on ToneNet, there's a whole, like, they captured all sorts of different settings on it. So that's the best way to do it, versus when you're starting like with one of the actual models in Tonex. With that, you can adjust the EQ and gain more, and it's more like the amp. But when you're starting from a capture that someone else did, really when all the controls are at noon, that's kind of how it was captured. And I do have the input trim on the Tonex one like at noon, so it's not too hot, not too cold, hopefully just right. So anyways, I will find a way to get these presets published. At a minimum, link below, I'll have them on a Google Drive. You can download them yourself and jump into the Mississippi Delta with us. But otherwise, let me know what you think. Also have affiliate links to Tonex below if you want to grab one for yourself, because it's a whole bunch of fun once you figure it out. So anyways, like, subscribe, see you later.